You see, even at this age, there are two schools of thought. Some are against the use of AI, and others are of the view that let's use it, but let's use it wisely. Either of them is null and valid. Why am I saying that? At every technology, its infant stage, there is always some challenges. Some will always against it. Let's take calculator for instance. When it was released in the 1980s or the 1990s, a group of scholars were demonstrating against it in the world. However, even with the advent of calculators, a lot of people still fail mathematics. So now, the issue is not the tool, but how we use it is that matters. So in this video, I'm going to share with you the smart ways to use AI to apply for grants so that anytime you see any opportunity online, whether a job or a grant, you can use the same method to apply. So without further ado, let's jump into today's video. So I am about to share with you an opportunity, and if you are wise enough, you can jump onto it. So let's assume that this is a grant opportunity that I have found and I want to help you to apply. So you see, we are applying about 5,000 US dollars to support your business idea, not even an existing business. So if you are wise enough, if you have a business idea or an existing business idea, you can jump onto it and use the exact step that I'm going to use to help you apply. This is a best opportunity for African, and as far as you are African, you are qualified, and Ghana is part of the qualification. So the requirement, they require Ghanaians, Nigerians, Burkina Faso, West Africa, as in all parts, as far as you are in Africa, you qualify. So the strategy that I'm going to share with you, you can use the same strategy to apply for any opportunity. So search opportunity, it exists on blog websites like opportunities for Africa or opportunities for you or funds for NGO. If you search those websites, you will see such kind of opportunity. So the first thing we are going to do is that we make sure that we copy the details that we needed to apply for the grant and put it into our ChatGPT and follow it by prompt. So let's make sure that we copy the most important aspect. So starting from this session, apply now for, let's scroll down. I think we still need, so let's scroll wisely. So now this is where we have to stop and copy the information and go and put it into our chat GPT. But make sure that you create a new what chart. Don't use an existing chart so that you can program it to understand once you need from it. So let's paste in our detail, and luckily I've already prepared a prompt. So anytime you put a long details like this into your chat GPT, always make sure that you scroll down. Otherwise, you paste the prompt at in between and it will not generate accurate response. So when you scroll down, let's go in and what? Paste in our first prompt. That will help us to apply for this opportunity and winning. Actually, I'm using this tutorial and I'm also applying it as we go. So let's move into our my Word document. I'll make sure that I'll prepare it in a Microsoft or Google Sheet so that I'll provide it in the links in the comment section or the pin up comment section as well as in my description so that you can download it and you can customize it based on your business need, or you can also use it as a case study anytime you want to apply for opportunities like this. Mind you, this strategy that I'm sharing with you, you can also use it to apply for a job. So anytime you see a job opportunity, make sure that you copy the details and create a new chart and put in the prompt, and make sure that when they ask you for what cover letter, you can use the same chart to generate a cover letter because it understands what you want from it. So now this is our first prompt, and after we have put in our details, we make sure that we copy it and go and paste it into our chat GPT. So now when you paste it, I'll make sure that we go through it so that we know exactly what I'm putting in. So we have put in the details. Now we want to put in our prompt. I will advise that always put a quotation so that it will know that this is a separate text from different source and you want it to perform a task. So let's paste our prompt in between. Now that we have pasted it, let's read it so that we know what I'm putting in. So this is what I put in. Let me cancel the numbering aspect. It said, I am seeking your assistance in crafting a compelling and professional grant application based on my business idea. Please carefully review the details information provided above and utilize it to create a precise, impactful response that align with the grant opportunity requirement. Once the initial draft is ready, I will provide a further input to refine the application to reflect the unique aspect of my business idea. You see how detailed this prompt is. This is the difference between amateur ChatGPT users and senior ChatGPT users, if I can put it like that. You know, some of us tend to what make some pity prompt that we might not get an accurate response that will help us to utilize full potential of this AI tool. Tools like ChatGPT, Gemini, Cloud AI, they need detailed prompt for it to help us to get perfect answer. So in prompt engineering, we see the quality of your prompt determine the quality of your output. So without further ado, let's click to that so that it will steady what we want. So remember, there is a new chart and it is now stating the things that we have putting in. So we don't need it for now. What we need is that just want to what alert it so that we can come back to it later for more detail. So when you want to create an account, you make sure that you click on this session. But I already have an account. You fill in the details. When you fill in the details, they will send you a verification link. So you jump into your Gmail and make sure that you click on this link and you'll be verified. When you are verified, they will provide you an access to for you to log in again. You provide your Gmail and your password and you are good to go. So now the most important part of this is not just about the some of the basic details needed by the application, but I want us to go into more details as what I actually needed from us to do. So when you click in the portal, these are the details that you need to have filled. And sometimes the most difficult part of grants is these details. They demand some specific answers with a required number of words, and this is where ChatGPT can actually help us to do the work. So something like this, how do we go about that? So we can decide to what copy all this one and it will provide that answers, or we can equally decide to what go in one by one. So something like this, tell us about yourself. You need to make sure that ChatGPT know more about you. So with that, you can create a separate prompt and explain who you are. And if you have a CV with you, I'll advise that you jump into a ChatGPT and use the upload feature so that you can put in your detail. This session you can use it to attach a file so that ChatGPT will study your CV and know who you are. This one idea that I'm adding up as a bonus. So or you can equally type in and explain who you are, but I will advise that you use your CV so that it will steady you more to know more about you, so that anytime that you want search detail, it will be able to provide. The best part of doing this is that whenever you do that, the entire ChatGPT program will recognize this information for future application. Information about your school, your age, so that it can provide accurate answer. So now let's move back to the portal and how we can use it to fill the application. So now when we click on this session, we want to fill in the details. Now that we have details about us, for me, I'm sure that I've already done what I'm telling you about. So let me scroll down and copy this one and make sure that I paste it into my ChatGPT and I will get answer. But before you do that, there's another prompt. After you have put in your detail that you are supposed to go, that's the second prompt that we have to go back to. And this is what the follow-up prompt. So you explain your business idea and make sure that it's detailed as well as possible. This is actually my business idea that I'm currently working on. I'm doing some programming projects on it. I'm a coder and I love designing softwares, and I also do some online business model. So this is the business idea that I'm working on, and I'll paste it into my ChatGPT. So my business idea focuses on developing a breaking mobile application that leverages AI technology to conduct malaria and pregnancy tests using a smartphone camera. I would like your assistance in crafting a grant application that incorporates my customized details and align. If I say my customized details, I mean my what CV or any details about myself. So which align with the requirements of the funding opportunity. Please ensure the responses are well researched, innovative, and compelling, with the goal of creating a winning application that highlight transformative transformative impact of this solution. So let's copy it and go and put it into our AI. That's our second prompt. So let's search for our main chat. So let me refresh my page and put in the second prompt as we go. So this is the main chat that we are dealing with. I'll put in my second prompt so it will know what I want to use this opportunity for and the details that I needed. It will start by giving us some response, but we don't need this response yet. You can see this the details that have been doing. It has suggested a business name, a startup, the year it has been started, the sector,